Welcome back to the semifinals of the battle in Boston. With me, having been with me all day, is Phil Keffer. He is on the other mic.
Yeah, Joe, it's been a fantastic day here in Boston. I mean, couldn't ask for a better location, easy access to food, great area. I mean, yeah, beautiful, beautiful all around. And players have been great. The camaraderie's been great. I think that these two gentlemen traveled here together from Oklahoma, right?
I believe so. These two had Ricky with them from the game we just watched and them. So the Oklahoma team, all three of the people that traveled up made the top eight. So they had a very good showing today.
Yeah, it looks like the other semifinal we have is Marcel and the returning champion, Sean the Hangman. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we have a very diverse amount of decks in the top four, including Josh's Fairchild deck here. So kudos to him. I really didn't think that it was going to be able to be good enough, and it seems to be holding up.
So we've got an event out. Carl, right off the bat, pulls no cards with the word teammate may be played. That's going to be an interesting one for Josh. He doesn't have a ton of those. Those Fairchild threes will get dinged. Any confusions might get. No, actually, I don't know if confusion does have it. I think he just says teamwork.
Yeah, confusion would probably be okay, but Carl won't be able to play any teamwork. So if Josh would have to be able to place the confusion because it would be an unplayable card.
So Carl chooses to discard one of the allies, which he can't play this battle anyway, and place the Infinity Gauntlet. He also won't be able to play the Infinity Gauntlet either.
So Carl did play on stream earlier in the day, but just to remind everyone, if you're joining us just now, Uh, the idea of Carl's deck is to continually have the new warriors die, so he gets to draw 3 cards every time the new warriors die, due to their inherent and Exos' inherent from reserve there. And yeah, it's clearly working for him because he's in the semifinal.
Yeah, absolutely. And he took out Dave McMillan with his Mole Man deck. Carl, definitely don't want to sleep on Carl. He hasn't been playing a lot lately because of where he was stationed, but Carl's always been a top tier player. Carl, uh, I think he made it to the finals, the first Columbus after Masters of Evil. He was definitely always a consistent top eight player.
Yeah, I have to say.
And the thing I always respect about Carl's really the same school I was, where I've never seen him play kind of a traditional Cadillac style deck. Sometimes he crashes and burns, other times he does make the top eight a lot, but he's always playing something interesting. He's always playing like something he's thought up himself or something clever.
So back when this all started and the Canadians were making a lot of videos, Carl spent every night laying in bed watching all the videos, analyzing it to death. And his girlfriend says to me, I would rather he watch porn than watch these Overpower videos all day, every day. He is so obsessed. So that tells you the dedication Carl has to the game.
That's
And that just might be
amazing.
why we're seeing him in the semifinals, even though he hasn't played much in the last 5 years. Because he
Well,
has a lot of history.
or maybe he might have just been watching all our tournament videos since we've been putting them up too, and he's just completely up on the meta.
Well, he is watching them.
So Carl just takes a concede there, gives Josh a little. It looks like Josh only went one also. Nobody really wanted to fight that one out. Josh gets only strength teamwork cards, so that's not going to shut down the teamwork card placed to Beast. Josh dupes an 8 strength. Hate to see that in a JW deck. These guys also have been real good friends for a long time. I'd be willing to bet they've played each other more than any two people in this room probably have. I don't know. I guess you have people that live together like the Keffers. Probably Derek and Ty have played the
Derek
most.
and Tyler, I would guess, would probably be the top in this room right now, but it's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people have played a lot of Overpower in this room, so
But Carl and Josh have definitely played enough that they know exactly how each other plays.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
Carl has a late duplicate. He actually had a dupe 6, so he has to drop that. Now, Carl, interestingly enough, he's running the 7 energy. That's the second time I've seen him on camera have to place it on the reserve, so it's dead the battle he gets it.
Yeah, he just seems very confident that he can get new warriors to die early in the game and to get those cards to come forward. And it clearly is working okay for him today because again, he's only lost twice and this is the ninth round he's played. So
It's also interesting to me, looking at what Josh is doing and the way this deck is, Carl must have played a hand enough that Josh was able to throw the onslaught card after concession to get it on Beast. But if you go through Beast, Carl doesn't actually have anyone else he can play the Infinity Gauntlet on.
so right there, Josh ventured 3, Carl drew a card and then chose to concede immediately before the battle. So Carl is in a bit of a hole here, but the question is, will he be able to take control with his powerful card drawing before Josh can get himself over the line? Could be a quick one.
Now, Carl's got that image inducer, but he's also put himself in a position where he can't place it. He needs to put it on the new Warriors. So he can't place it because he has the Infinity Gauntlet placed. So Carl will probably have himself in a position where he can win this venture, but he's going to have to fight for it. The
Yeah,
one good
one of the fun things that Josh was doing earlier that we were talking about, he had the 10 for Thing clobbering time in his hand, and we were thinking he wouldn't be allowed to hold that card, but because of the Fairchild card that allows her to play a teammate's special as a follow up, he is allowed to get away with playing a reserve special, which is actually really powerful because normally putting that 10 in from reserve is, it hurts you early game because it's dead a lot. But with Fairchild, I would say probably 50% of the time you get to use it during the regular first part of the game, which is definitely makes it worth playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know Josh was a big fan of doing that. He used to play a deck with Dark Side in the back, and he would do some similar tricks. I think I remember playing against him in an event because I believe he just can play the special. I don't believe it has to be an attack. Oh, it is an attack. So I thought he was using the Dark Side as the Doombots card, the same version where he can make the attacks. I thought he was doing that, but he couldn't have been doing that. He must have just been playing like the sevens and
So Josh is making a teamwork attack here against Nightcrawler, which
I'm
I think so. No? Oh, those were already blocked. Okay. They just weren't removed yet. That makes more sense.
yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see Josh gun for the Beast. He just wants to eliminate his ability to get that value out of the gauntlet.
Yeah, I just figured that Carl would have used Bamf on that teamwork, and I just missed that he had already used something else. Here we go. Carl's trying to kill off the new warriors.
It's always hard to see when they do it in twos. I know his 4 multi went to the dead pile. One of his Sentinels activators went to the dead pile. Nothing devastating that I saw.
Yeah, nothing too bad yet, but he could certainly lose like all of his higher level power cards or something, and then have a lot of trouble in the power pack if he gets to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you believe Carl's playing, 15 or 20 cards more than you would typically play because of all those discard effects that he has, Infinity Gauntlet and Image Inducer? So he does have a little bit more time probably than average before the power pack.
Josh has got a lot of heat, though. I think Josh is probably going to just keep making him. He's not throwing kill shots for New Warriors, I think he's just making him grind through as much of the deck as he can. He's getting the venture because he's going. Is Josh going for the win?
No. Wait. Yes, he is. He is going for the win.
Yeah, so he's just trying to build up that venture right now. Sorry that we missed that, guys. Yeah, I think Josh went 2-3-2.
So Carl did lose a negate on that last image inducer. But yeah, you're right. Now he's got 19 points to venture. Though Carl is probably going to be having pretty nice card advantage after he gets to draw 3 here, which is a guarantee.
Is it going to be enough, though?
I don't know that it's going to be enough. There goes another negate and another sentinels. One.
Now, that's probably his Zeos, and then he's going to draw his two.
Yep. Right. You have to be specific because of the fact that the chaos XS, we haven't determined the pronunciation yet, but you have to discard the duplicates with his, right?
Yeah, his one is discard duplicates, and then the two aren't. So
And so
Josh is going to fire off that JW. He wants to kill Beast and just eliminate the ability for him to play uh, that Infinity Gauntlet also. So even if Carl manages to pull it out, he's going to be in a bad way next hand.
yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it makes sense to draw first with chaos because if he draws the other two first, then there's a better chance of chaos being a discard. Carl did also lose the 9 in energy for the 1 per deck for Nightcrawler on one of those last discards.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know how.
starting to feel like Carl's going to have a really hard time pulling this out. I think Josh is just going to run over him with the amount of venture he's generating.
Yeah, I think this is over too. I would think he needs to bamf that 4, but or is that a 7?
It's the 4.
It's the 4.
That's the aspect with the green border.
Okay. He used a 4. See.
And this will be interesting. I don't know what Josh has to go with it. So he's throwing the 3. It's not a kill shot, but it's just even more venture that he's racking up. Now, Josh also, interestingly enough, if he has a special for the Reavers, Carl just pinned him with the DC, but Fairchild's just going to play right through it.
Yeah, he's just gonna laugh at that and go right around it. Yeah, that Fairchild card is very versatile. Do you know how many he plays?
I assume 3. I wouldn't think he'd play more than that, but he definitely, I mean, he loves that card.
It's got to be at least 2, right? Minimum.
Yeah. Especially when he can do the chains too if he wants to, where he can go ally 3 JW special like power card.
Right. Yeah, a lot of those hits are small, but they're really fast.
So Carl might be able to sneak something through here.
Might be able to kill Fairchild, but that might not be enough.
I mean, it's very little venture compared to how much Josh has generated. So, and we see that uh, Carl has a negate and a teamwork in hand. He will be able to throw the teamwork, but the negate. Oh, unless he's doing, he might get a good something good for this negate with an onslaught activator.
No specials might be coming. Yeah, no specials, so that's going to stop the BAMF, but it doesn't stop the team.
Is that Josh's last card in hand?
Ooh. Really?
Oh, I didn't see the 5 multi place back there.
I didn't see the 5 multi.
And he puts the hand out. Good game. Yeah, that was just Josh just bowled through just plowed right through, ignored the draw 3, and just that's the difficulty sometimes when you do those. You run twice and try to get that cachet built up. Is Josh just had a great hand and was able to generate a ton of venture off it.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is putting those 2 cards for chaos in the back that were dead, I mean, just made it almost impossible, especially since The attacks in Carl's deck just aren't as big as some other decks. So it's hard to lose those cards venture-wise early. So if you jump right on the deck like that and you have a good starting hand like Josh did, Carl can be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't see. Did we see Carl on camera before?
Yeah, we saw him one other time today. Probably the round 3 or 4 somewhere.
It's been a long day. I'm already forgetting a little bit. But yeah, Carl clearly piloted that deck well and made it through the first round of the playoffs. So congratulations. But yeah, Josh just had that deck's number this game. I'm gonna poke my head out and just see how the game with the goat and the hangman is going.
It looks like they're really early on. I'm hearing that they're only on their second hand right now.